there is a device that's called the most important device in the universe. It's a set of glowing red tubes mounted on brackets. It has literally been in hundreds of productions.
BusinessJournalDaily.com. 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Who's the only local bank with a mobile mortgage app? Farmers. Download the app to contact your lender, calculate payments, securely scan and upload documents, and check the status of your loan. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal, Farmers.
What are some of the items that perhaps people will recognize or have seen in movies?
Some of the most instantly recognizable ones probably would include the egg chairs from Men in Black, from that, the scene where Will Smith is taking the test. Mm-hmm. There is a device that's called the most important device in the universe. It's a set of glowing red tubes mounted on brackets. It has literally been in hundreds of productions, from Star Trek movies and Star Trek TV series, just over the years. If it's been a science fiction product of the last, of a good 30-year period, it's probably been in it.
See, that was interesting because I'm not at all familiar with that item. Everyone talks about that one, and I don't think I've ever seen it or seen. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Google most important device in the universe. There are videos that will show you like an assortment of TV shows and movies that it's been in.
Okay, and I could be wrong, but I think. You mentioned Men in Black. I think the memory erasers, didn't he design those?
I don't know if they had those, but they do have some of the hand weapons from Men in Black. Mind you, they're still cataloging this collection. So it's basically a full-time job just going through these 10 or 11 trucks that are, I think there might be still one that's on its way that hasn't arrived in Warren yet that has more of the props.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. So you went and you saw the warehouse where they're housing this stuff.
Obviously, this is a secret location because obvious reasons.
Right. Well, yeah, we're not going to say that, but I guess just take us inside. What did you see? What are they doing? How's the museum handling all of this stuff?
Basically, just at this point, it's the big job is cataloging, finding out what the items are, and we're talking about different kinds of hand weapons, things that are retrofitted from actual guns, spy briefcases, exotic laboratory equipment, just a whole array of things.
How's the progress coming? Do they think this is going to take them a year to finish cataloging this stuff, or
several months at least? I think.
Okay, sure.
And obviously the Historical Society does other things, so they can't, devote all of their resources every day to it. Well,
right. That's kind of something I was going to ask you about, because the Historical Society, as far as I know, wasn't planning to do this. John Zabrucki just kind of said, "Hey, I'd like to donate all of this stuff," and so now on top of whatever they were doing, in their day-to-day jobs before, now all of a sudden, let's develop a museum and let's start going through all of the truckloads of items. And I also imagine they probably aren't, science fiction isn't their bread and butter. It's Trumbull County history.
It is a challenge, to be sure, and they've had to bring on additional people to deal with this project. On the other hand, how often do you have an opportunity to develop a museum and you're literally given most of the exhibits? They're still trying to acquire items. Obviously there are things that Zabrucki didn't work on. He didn't work on fantasy films a whole lot, and they determined that was a focus that they wanted to have as well. So they're acquiring different items along those lines, as well as science fiction projects that he wasn't involved with. But obviously it's a tremendous opportunity when you're putting together a museum. One of the big challenges is finding what you're going to put in it.
Right.
A lot of that problem's solved.
BusinessJournalDaily.com. 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Who's the only local bank with a mobile mortgage app? Farmers. Download the app to contact your lender, calculate payments, securely scan and upload documents, and check the status of your loan. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal, Farmers.